short and sweet today because I have one idea. I can try to finally get this serverless thingy working. And if that doesn't work, if the serverless Lambda still won't talk to Twitter, then I'm shit out of luck and I'm just gonna have to pick a different project and admit defeat, or get like an actual expert to help me who knows what they're doing. So my idea right now, actually I guess I have two ideas. The first thing I'm gonna try is deleting all of the secret keys and variables on the Lambda, and then redeploying to get them repopulated with what I hope are the right values. If that doesn't work, then the next step is regenerating my Twitter keys, and if that still doesn't work, then I guess there's a couple of more. Maybe we can try hard coding them in the code, but I am not a fan of that. So let's see, I go to AWS, sign into the console. Yes, sign into the console. Come on. Swizzets, sign in. Go to my Lambda. And we are now using these guys. So let's first look at the auth one. And remove, save. So I'm removing all of the keys from my configuration. And let's remove the dev ones. Okay, no. So the private endpoint, we go down to the keys and we click remove, save that. Go back to functions and let's delete them from the public endpoint just for good measure. Remove, save. Okay, and now if I run serverless deploy, I think Dave yesterday gave me a good idea for how to make these deployments go faster, but it looks like I'm too lazy to change my habits right now. Decent water. Okay, so that's deploying, and we shall see if that makes it work. And if it does, I'm gonna be pretty happy. And if it doesn't, we're gonna go onwards to the next step. But this is the whole thing where you're just banging your head against the wall until the wall breaks, like I was saying yesterday. And that is totally a strategy that works in software development. Yes, camera looks much better now. Also, I hope the bird isn't getting, I hope he's not getting into trouble. Cool. So now if I reload the public endpoint, we should see my keys were regenerated, right? No. Environment variables. Okay, maybe not. Swizzets test private endpoint. Stage Swizzets test. Interesting, it's not regenerating them. So that means that because of the way our code is written here, it's going to take them from the secrets file instead of using the process env. Hey Nick Metin, I still don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see. I'm here. Log in. So that still works. I'm now logged in as Swizzets because that went straight to Auth0 and wasn't talking to my Lambda at all. So the next step here is saying banging your head against the wall until the wall breaks is a valid software is a valid programming approach. Okay. Now we click tweet your thread and we'll see if it works. Tweet. Now the private API, okay. So a 401 error means that we didn't load the public key, which is interesting. So let's go back to, let's regenerate that one manually, because apparently serverless, it's interesting that serverless doesn't recreate variables after you delete them. Not sure how I feel about that. So I know that we need the public key here. I'm gonna just open it. You can now see the thing, and that's not great, but you know, whatever. It's not like you're gonna copy it from here, right? Right? I'm sure you won't. Okay, so I recreated that one because that one isn't in the secrets file. I'm going to recreate it here as well, just for good measure. Where is it? Secrets, new handler, auth0 public key. Up here, save. So we need it in the private one. Okay, now let's try calling this again, and potentially this time it is actually going to work. Tweetio thread failed. Why is it failing now? Okay, let's see. So we set SLS logs for the last 5 minutes. I don't think that's gonna work because we didn't reach the, so for some reason, despite serverless logs showing up straight in my console and being in theory easier to use, I actually still find it easier to just go to CloudWatch and look at my logs, and that's probably because I was doing it that way for so long that I got used to it. So if we go to logs, we can look at the Swizzets test auth one. It was called a minute ago, that was us, and it says PEM read bio, no start line. Interesting. So it's now not reading. Thanks, Einbisken. I'm happy you like that one. It wasn't my most popular, is what I would say. Okay, so this now isn't quite working. So that's my tag. How do I recreate this environment variable? Serverless YAML, how are they doing it? File public key, and when I copy pasted in here, it stopped working. Let's see, routine spam read bio, no start line. What if we one other thing we can try. Can I delete lambdas? Like, is there a way to delete stuff? Because these are like accumulating, and I don't know. Delete function. Okay. Can I delete all functions? Actions. Okay, let's try deleting all of them. And I'm going to recreate it with serverless, and then before I start using it, I'm going to remove some process variables to force it to use my secrets JSON file. So let's try that. So I'm now cleaning up my AWS setup so that I don't have too much crap here. So delete. Let's see, what else can we and I think that should actually be it, right? Those were all of my functions. So if I serverless deploy now, it should recreate them with all of the proper variables set up. I like how for a moment there were 8 people watching, and then we went down to 3 people because everyone was like, fuck this shit, he's still stuck on the same problem, and it is painful to watch. But thanks everyone else for sticking with me while I try to figure this out. Serverless error. Function not found. Yes, I'm trying to recreate. Let's rename the stage and force serverless to actually go from scratch. Let's call it SwizzEdsDev. Serverless deploy. And we're going to now work as SwizzEdsDev. It's going to be great. Yeah, it's especially software. It's especially software when you don't know what you're doing, which I don't. But it's all in good fun. I'm trying to learn new stuff. And who doesn't want to learn new stuff, right? Okay, so this deploy might take a little longer because it's recreating stuff from scratch. And I need new glasses. So what's everyone else up to this fine Friday? What time is it even where you are? Because it's almost 10 p.m. here, so if I was a normal human being on 10 p.m. on a Friday night, I would be going out, having fun with people, and instead here I am, having fun with my internet friends who I see in chat, but don't really know what they look like or what they sound like. And I'm listening to music made by what's called the Flopatron, which is just amazing. I honestly think this is the best kind of music you can have for live coding. It's perfectly nerdy. And I don't think you can see the video as well as I can because it's hiding behind my camera view, but it's really good. You should go check it out. Okay, so we now have SwizzEdsDev. Let's go look at Lambda. And we have SwizzEdsDev. We're gonna go to private endpoint and to auth. And we said we're gonna try deleting a bunch of these variables so that it ends up using the ones from straight from the secrets file instead of these ones here. So we click remove here, remove, save, close that tab, go here, and scrolling is hard, remove, save. Cool. Now I gotta log out here, so I'm going to click log out, copy this so that I don't have to type it out again. Click login. There we go. Now I can press this and let's see what happens when I try to tweet my thread now. Tweet your thread. Private 500. Nice. Okay. So what is the 500 error? That's new. We haven't had a 500 error before. So we should now here have, let's see, SwizzEdsDev auth. This is probably the one that 500. Oh no, right. It was a 500 because I was calling the wrong URLs. I always forget that part. So here now when we go to auth.js, we update the endpoints. Gotta remember to update endpoints when you deploy a completely new thing. Cool. Okay, and I think this is going to reload. I'm going to actually reload the page just to be sure that it's loading new code. Great. So let's try it again. Paste that, tweet your thread, and it failed. 502. Let's see. CloudWatch, log groups. We go to SwizzEdsDev private endpoint, 2248, that 2148, that worked. It was about to tweet, it got my access token, that worked, it got my access token secret, that worked as well. and then there was a huge error where Twitter was unable to authenticate me. So what can we try? I said the next thing we're gonna try is what did I say? It was going to be to regenerate my keys for the app. So let's try that. And if that doesn't work, then I wonder if I accidentally block. Do I have another? We're gonna try making a new Twitter account after that. So I go to keys and tokens. Let me. Oh, so I'm using like some sort of. Let's revoke those. Yeah, and regenerate this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna copy paste the new Twitter consumer key here and the new secret, and I'm gonna go to auth0 as well. Log in. And I'm gonna have to, I think, thread compiler backend, actually connections, social. We go to what? Okay, Twitter, applications, thread compiler, and thread compiler backend. We reveal consumer secret, we paste a new consumer secret, right? Yes, and the new Twitter consumer key, save. That worked. Cool. Hey fuzzy buddy, how are you doing today? I'm still banging my head against this wall, so that's where I'm at right now. Also, played nice code, hi to you as well. What are you up to today? I'm going to delete all of these logged in things here. Great. So copy this, reload, and now it should ask me to regenerate all of my keys and everything from scratch. Oh, I need to deploy to the server as well. So serverless deploy so that gives us the new keys on our backend, and we will see if this works. This might take a while, even though it's uploading only a 3.8 meg zip file, but you know, it's also live streaming this entire video, so I'm sure that takes some bandwidth. Actually, how much bandwidth does it take? Right, it eats up almost all of my upload. Wow, you really can't see the video at all, or the music video behind my face. Okay, so that is still updating. Maybe I should get like a green screen or something so that I take up less space on these streams. But that would be a pain in the ass to set up because my room is very small. So log in. Great, that regenerated. Let's see if it gave me a new access tokens and secrets here. It did not. We will see how that works. Cars driving by is fun. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it gives you like a more interesting background, I guess. Okay, so tweet your thread. Failed to fetch 502 private error. Okay, log groups. If I go to Swizzed's dev private endpoint 2153, that's us. And so it gives me the same access token and the same access token secret, which seems wrong. Why did auth0 not regenerate me? Let's see, if I go to dashboard, users, user ID, blah blah blah. devices, authorized applications, raw JSON, histoire, devices, details. Let's try deleting me again. And let's go here as well and go into twitter.com, and I'm going to look at my apps here and try to delete it there as well. But if that doesn't work, then the only other thing I can try is a different user account, and maybe my account has just like stopped working. Or call thread compiler. Why is thread compiler not here anymore? That's weird. Okay, so maybe when I revoked my access and didn't delete myself here, that's what caused issues. Hey Ridari, how are you doing today? Okay, so reload, log in, and it should now actually ask me to give permissions and stuff. Log in with Twitter, yes. I want to authorize the thread compiler app. It's doing the things, yes. I want to authorize that app as well. And now I'm here. And let's try that again. Copy, paste. So Ahmad, what I'm building is still the thread compiler app, where I'm trying to build like a microblogging engine that runs on top of Twitter. So instead of publishing blog posts, you're publishing directly as Twitter threads, because I've been doing more of that recently and I've been enjoying it, but I want an easier way of doing it. So tweet your thread still doesn't work. Right, so let's see. It's going to be the same error, I bet. Private Swissits dev, private endpoint. Reload. Did it not even get there? Okay, let's see. Did it go through Swissits dev auth 2153? What? Didn't even make a request. Okay, let's see if the app showed up here. So is thread compiler is now in my account, and I can see myself as a user here. Yeah, course errors are fun, but they're not really a big deal in this case. I'm more worried about the 502 error that I keep getting. Okay, so that part worked. Authorized applications, yeah. So let's try reloading this from scratch and logging out, and then reloading again. Log in. So Ridari, what are you confused about with async await? Maybe I can try explaining it. So tweet your thread doesn't do anything. Okay, so the response was just nothing. Our request looks correct. User ID, message, contents, banging, blah, data history, messages. Why is it shaped that way? That's weird. All right. Okay, yeah, they are just, so async await are in fact just syntax sugar for promises. So what's giving you trouble then? Why is this not making new logs? Let's see, private endpoint, start time -5 minutes. Could not authenticate me. It found the identity, it has the new access tokens and the new token secrets. Okay, and if I run test, I'm sure it's going to work, because for some reason that works, even though it's using even though it's using the same code and the same user ID and everything. Pair tokens, blah, response. Why did my computer do that? Wait a minute. Oh my god, is that the problem? Here I'm sending the message as text, and here I'm sending it as an object. If that's the problem, I am going to be pretty damn upset. So let's see, use Twitter thread, console log, send tweet, let tweet of tweets, tweets, okay, send tweet, get token, message is tweet. What if instead we say console log tweet and return, just so it doesn't do anything. Tweet your thread, okay, banging your head against the wall. So my tweet is actually an array. What is v-file? So tweets are an array, input split, let tweet of tweets, so then we render the tweet. Oh my god. Tweet dot contents. So you know what? I don't think the issue was on the Lambda at all. I think the issue was here. Banging your head against the wall. Wait, let's see. To send tweet. Wow, I'm starting to have a hard time pronouncing this shit. Let's see. Banging your head, tweet your thread. To send. God damn it, that was the problem. I am so dumb. Okay. And it sent. It fucking sent. God damn it. So here's what we learned. The problem wasn't that my Lambda suddenly couldn't authenticate with Twitter anymore. The problem was that when you sent Twitter a malformed message, instead of saying, hey, your message is malformed, it says, hey, I can't authenticate you. We wasted many live coding sessions on this, and that is extremely frustrating. Problem. Face palm. When you send Twitter API a malformed message object, it returns a can't authenticate you error. Which totally explains what's wrong, doesn't it? So much wasted time. Great. Okay, so we figured that one out. I guess the next step is... What is the next step? Let's see, get status. How many changes have we made? Git commit -a-m get tweeting working again. Okay, so that's working. Now the next step is making sure that it's actually doing the threading. So the way that's going to work is we need to tell the tweet. Okay, so it's actually going to send, actually not tweet contents. Yeah, the tweet contents. Yeah, it is quite annoying, isn't it? And then it's going to for let tweet of tweets. We need to kind of know the previous tweet as well, don't we? So we would need to know the index, which would then let us define the define threads. So let's see how that might work. So we go Twitter API. I need to just check which parameter I have to send to define which tweet a tweet is a response to. Hey Julian Hooligan, I like that name. That is a cool name. So tweets, post, and post statuses update. Where is it? API reference, statuses update. We are going to use in reply to status ID. Cool. So we are, when we are setting tweets and rendering them, let's see where. Tweet button, tweet embed, key is tweet ID string. Okay, so let's see, use Twitter thread, and here we're going to go through them and okay, so tweet contents. And the ID is going to be, will you react to Origin's intro? I don't know what that means. Okay, so tweet contents, and we're also going to set an in reply to, which is going to be set tweets. So we are now overwriting stuff here, which isn't great. Const input tweets. So we have input tweets here. Then we set the tweets. Origin's intro. That looks cool. This sounds like a video game thing. I'm not actually that great at video games. So let's see. I wonder if using this state in here is going to actually work. Guess we can try. Tweet contents, and we say tweets of tweets.length -1, so that gives us the last tweet dot ID, I think. So that's gonna tweet it out. So async tweet and reply to ID, and here we have the user ID message, which is our tweet. Okay, and it should be in reply to ID, should say just in reply to ID. So here, let's do it this way, reply to ID. So we're sending that, and then in our handler here, where we're getting the message, where is it? Here. So we tweet the message, but we also get in reply to ID. So tweet message identity, and let's do it this way, message and in reply to ID. So we're now sending an object to our tweet function. So I can go to the tweet function, and that gets message and in reply to ID. So our status is now message, and in reply to status ID is in reply to, let's just keep it the same, in reply to status ID, which means we can remove this stuff here, and we can go down here, replace this, and go into, where is it? Use Twitter thread. In reply to status ID becomes reply to ID, and we're gonna try that out. So I'm gonna serverless deploy it again to get the new code up on my Lambda, and then try it out. And hopefully, if everything works, it's probably not gonna work, but we're gonna try, we might be able to tweet our first thread. And then I'm gonna stop live coding and go do other stuff, because it is Friday evening after all. Wow, that's a lot of smoke. Okay, that's doing things. Great, it is deployed. Reload, and let's see. But hey, at least I can but at least I can send Twitter threads from Gatsby now. At least I think I can. Did it work? Cool. Now I'm gonna press tweet your thread, and it's gonna go out, and we'll see what happens. If it fails, it's going to just send the first message. Cannot read property ID of undefined. Of course not, because it's not there yet. Okay, so try last. So const last tweet equals. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Let previous tweet is going to be null at first, and we're gonna not actually, so we're gonna say here prev tweet dot id string, right? That's gonna be better. Style test, where is it? Tweet button, tweet id dot str. So id str if prev tweet exists, otherwise this is empty. And we're going to here we're going to then say prev tweet equals tweet. So this way we always know what the previous tweet was, and then we can do stuff afterwards. Cannot read property ID of undefined. Let's try that again. But hey, at least I can send threads from Gatsby now. Right? Did it work? Toads? Okay. Blah. Nice emoji. Tweet your thread. Let's see. Yes. That worked. Interesting. Francis Smart 01. Cool. So let's see. Did it work? Profile. Yes. Okay, that worked. I'm gonna stop live coding now, and I will see you again next week. I'm probably not gonna live code on Sunday because I have other stuff I have to take care of, and then we'll see after that. We'll see what happens. So thanks everyone for watching. I'm happy I finally got this working, and I have more plans for what's going to happen in the future. See you next time.